Hey everybody, this is a part 2 to the last Incarnate episode that we released. I know we left on a little bit of a cliffhanger last time, so we'll get right into the episode. But first, let me remind you of our cast. First, we have Jake Geedy as the Dungeon Master, Kirsty Hamilton as Asuna, Chris Ward as Limfu, Austin Woodyard as Usan, and myself, Savannah Baldwin, as Kiaru. Now, back to the episode.
$158 damage to you.
We are incinerated.
You are incinerated. Oh, and the Phoenix thing procs, and it brings you back to life. Out of the ashes.
Oh. Okay.
No, that's not what actually happens with the thing. You guys are just incinerated. No, we're not actually gonna kill you. I know that you were just,
I was like,
jeez. I put them in my bag.
I was like, you know what? I'll take it. I'll take my death like a man.
But that'll teach you. You gotta be careful on what you say at the table. But also now you understand the damage potential for the weapon I just gave you.
I proceed to
There were a lot of
gently
sixes
push.
and a lot of ones.
There you go. There. Now everything's fine.
There were a lot of sixes and a lot of ones
God.
in that roll.
Yes, there were. All right. So anyway, getting back on topic. Yes, you put them in there. They're not that unstable, but you do have to be careful when wielding them. You can't just kind of throw them around willy-nilly, as I just demonstrated. Okay, so with that happening, the thing hits there, and you guys are now in the open street, and there are people rushing back and forth, trying to get around the giant flaming ball, and trying to find loved ones and everything like that. It's total chaos. So after that catastrophic dream sequence of a conflagration, Usan and Lim are now sitting there in the possession of some pretty serious firepower. So what do we do?
Well, I'm gonna go back inside the hut and check in on him.
Yeah, that's going.
All right. So you guys go back in there, and you see that Asuna has laid their grandmother into the waterbed there, as Kiaru is still making some complicated movements, pulling this black bile sort of stuff out of the water and cleaning it and placing the water back in there. And they're just sitting there continuing to do that. Are you guys just gonna wait to see what they're doing?
Well, I'm just gonna go and inspect and just look and just. Well, actually, no, I can't even talk to them since they don't speak my language, so there'd be a new point to try to see. But I'm gonna ask anyway.
Are you guys looking for something to heal yourselves?
What do you mean? I have tons of health.
I'm just asking.
I'm like, we might take a short rest or something, but I don't think it'd be a good time anyways.
There's a cabinet.
Yeah, no.
Oh, medicine cabinet. Usan rifles through the medicine cabinet.
It's like, easy, boy, easy. So you find, you go over to the medicine cabinet, and you find, a lot of, just vials of water, and, little, tinctures, and like just liquids of stuff. But none of it looks like you can, like, it's all used for healing, but nothing looks like it's something you can use. However, you reach in the back as you're about to give up, you find several prepared poultices that basically is this prepped these prepped like gauze cloths that have like some medicated looks like they have some kind of like ointments or something and solvents over them.
All right.
I proceed to go and
Are you
drink
saying
the bottles.
there's no...
Oh no.
What?
I'm gonna open the cabinet and drink the bottles.
All right.
I intriguingly
so
watch
you
him
just
drink
grant
these
it. You're just grabbing it
bottles.
random. Okay, Chris, you drain one of the bottles, and it tastes like ice, like drinking ice. It hits your stomach, and you feel like the acid in your stomach almost begin to freeze. Your stomach, you have a massive stomach ache, and you begin to start retching, trying to expel whatever the contents of your stomach are. However, the contents of your stomach are now frozen. And you now have like a deep, like horrible pain in your stomach as your stomach is loaded down with like a pound or two of ice.
I'm just gonna lay down. I'm gonna lay down sprawled out.
I take it
just
from
to
the
kinda
look on your
just,
face. That isn't medicine.
You take.
I realize that now. I feel like I'm gonna poop an icicle.
I'll wrap myself in some gauze here.
Shoot, if you even get that. All right, so you take a poultice, and you wrap it around like your arm and like where you got hit and everything like that, and they are infused, so they make you feel soothed, and they're going to do 2d8 healing on you, plus +2.
13. Yeah, +2, 15.
So 13. 15. All right, so that's gonna put you up 15.
Algaz are fellow
points
warrior
there.
as well.
All right, so you gauze up Chris.
Ooh, son, I
And
thought
go
there
ahead
were
and-
bottles of medicine.
Go ahead and roll 2d8 +2, please.
8. Stop squirming.
8. So it heals 8 to you. I've gotta look up something like, because I don't know medically what happens to you if your stomach acid freezes.
Oh, I'll just be dead.
Like it's not
I
good.
don't think he'll die, right?
Honestly.
But like, he's gonna be facing some digestion issues in the future.
It probably will. I just typed into Google, the hazards of gastric freezing. Okay. Because the unique sensitivity.
Y'all just
Oh,
let
I
me
don't want to
drink
read this.
Y'all just let me drink it. You didn't tell me it was like it wasn't a bottle of medicine.
I think they're busy.
Just a little bit.
And I'm sorry, I should have said something, but I was interested myself.
Oh my God! You're gonna start like.
My-
Oh my God! You're gonna start like hemorrhaging and getting necrosis in your stomach.
It's almost like
I
he's
told you,
trying
I'm
to
gonna
die
die.
at this point.
I should be dead.
So,
Oh,
so
jeez.
naturally, we find I find more files, and I just find the one that I think will warm his stomach.
Okay. You find a jar that's full of lava frogs.
Frogs.
And, yeah.
Consume frog.
And so these lava frogs, they are used like to treat hypothermia or to keep things warmed up. and they're very medicinal. They're very good for this kind of stuff. Yeah, you figure if he probably swallows one, if it doesn't burn him too bad on the way down, yeah, it'll melt his stomach acid instantly.
I take one out and I squeeze it.
Its eyes bug out and it flames up and burns your hand a little bit.
Yeah, this should do it. And then I will go over to him and say, "All right, put this in your mouth."
Give me two more.
No.
Let's start off.
I'll
let's
eat
start
one
off
for
with
now.
one. As I give him the frog.
Okay, so do you just put it in his mouth?
No, I hand it to him. I'm not gonna I don't know him that well.
Yeah, and I'm not gonna let a stranger put something in my mouth.
Okay, so he hands you this scalding hot frog. Because you have your cestas on, you don't feel the burn on there, but you feel if it touched your bare skin, yeah, this would really hurt. Almost so hot your senses are telling you, don't put that in your mouth, you fucking idiot.
I look over at Usan since he's my translator at this point. Do I eat it or do I rub it on my belly?
I take a moment to think about it.
Usan, do a medicine check.
You should definitely eat it.
I'm just gonna eat it. You didn't sound too sure about that. Hey, ask them.
I turn over to
ask them for a second.
To the two gals and say, "Should he eat the frog?"
What are you...
His stomach is very cold, you see. People are dying outside, and this is happening.
I shouldn't be laughing, but I can't stop.
So,
He should suck on the frog. Definitely.
I nod.
What is wrong with everyone?
You should suck on this, rather than consume it.
I can only say I'll try. Out of sheer muscle memory, I might just bite down on it just because. But I will try.
Okay.
I proceed to suck the frog.
All right, so you raise it up to your lips, and its tongue goes whap and whips out and hits your lips and burns the crap out of your lips. And then it comes back.
Why would I put this in my mouth?
They said it was fine.
I was kidding.
Oh,
I proceed. I'm
I'm
proceed
pretty
to
sure
throw
they're
it
being
at them.
malicious.
I'm very stressed out.
Okay.
It's too late.
Yes.
We have fed him the frog.
All right. So you have the frog still at your lips here. Your lips are your bottom lip is kind of cracked from being super chapped from being burnt.
I'm just gonna take the bag of them and just put the bag on my stomach because I feel like that's the right thing.
I'll let somebody else make one more medicine check.
Before I commit die out of sheer stupidity.
Perhaps
There
you're
we go.
supposed to cut them up first.
I rolled a 20 on my medicine check.
Okay. So you for a second you look around and you go what are you doing? and you manage you drop some of the water in the tank and back into the bed, and some of the bile that you were pulling out dissipates back into the water, and you explain to them that they need to wrap it in a cooling poultice before he eats it. So you have to wrap it in something in a soothing a cold wrap before shoving it into your mouth.
Also, when I had asked if there was any medicine in here, why didn't you tell me
Well,
that
you
this
don't
wasn't
know.
medicine?
I'm a little busy.
I mean,
I think
in her
I'm
defense-
translating this at the moment.
Yes.
You know what? Valid.
I was gonna say, Usan, how do you translate all that?
He's very upset that he drank that.
Well, then he shouldn't have drank it.
I turned to him. It's shrug.
I don't know what she's saying, but it sounds very sarcastic. And if it wasn't for her grandma helping me, I'd throw her through the ceiling. Please translate, Usan.
He asked, perhaps you could give me some help in healing him.
I can't stop doing this right now.
I nod. She says she wouldn't like it if you threw her into the ceiling. The two busy
proceed to
help
find something.
us. So, they did let me know about how we're supposed to eat this, or you are.
So I was supposed to eat it. Just
We need to
not
put
that
a
way.
cooling
Gotcha.
poultice on it.
Cool. So dip it in the cold bottle. Got it.
No, wrap it in the cooling. Wait, Jake, did you say he's supposed to eat it?
Yes.
Okay, just making sure.
I believe you're supposed to put it in like a bandage, some gauze, and then you cool the gauze, and then you eat the frog.
Why would I want to eat cloth? Why don't I just drown the frog in the cooling stuff?
Drown
and eat
the
frog.
She was very particular about it.
Fine. I'm gonna just proceed to crawl. So I'm pretty sure I have ice on me, so I can't walk. I'm gonna crawl to some bandages.
Hold on, I'll do this for him.
Okay, so you notice him trying to like crawl over to the thing in listen, you're in excruciating pain. The fact that I'm letting you speak is nothing short of just being incredibly nice.
18 strength. I have strength.
I have
Oh
strength.
boy.
My tummy and be strong.
So he tries to crawl over to the thing, and Usan, you realize what he's trying to do, and walk over there and grab another thing that's was actually right next to the jar of lava frogs that says that is the lava wraps is what they are.
I
and
forgot
they
I can
are
read.
like what was that?
I forgot I can read.
Yes. And they're like these thin, semi-wet, edible, like wraps essentially.
They're tortillas, I see.
Yeah, they're almost like, it's almost like rice paper, almost is what it is. And you peel one off and find that it is ice cold. Like it is cold even compared to the ambient temperature around you. It is very cold. So what do you do with it now?
Yep.
Ghost man,
I will
please
wrap
wrap the
the
frog
frog.
for me.
Ghost man.
I'm dying.
I don't think I'm a ghost. I might be though. I say, wrapping the frog.
I saw you go through a wall before the house exploded. You're a ghost man.
I shrug. That would explain the white hair.
So you wrap it up, and as you do so, the frog goes tss, and kind of makes a kind of sound as it slowly begins to cool. So it's not like a scalding red hot anymore. It's more of like an orange kind of glow, and it's actually now much more tepid. It you could definitely eat this. It would be like eating a dish that is just a little too hot.
So do I swallow it whole, or do I what do I do from here?
It's basically
You're just told to eat it.
basically like a hot pocket, right?
Okay, cool. Head first. That's the most humane way.
Okay. All right. So Lim, what do you do?
Yeah, I proceed to consume frog.
Consume frog.
Okay. Do you bite into it or do you just gun it?
How big are these frogs? Are they like little tree frogs, or like Talking about like African frog.
I don't know, man. I don't know the size of frogs off the top of my head. About 2 inches.
Is it like a frog or like a toad?
It's a frog. If
it's a frog,
it's more like
you
a
the whole
poison
thing
dart
down.
frog or like an African bullfrog we talking here.
Oh God. It would serve you right just for it to be a fucking African bullfrog.
Oh, if it's an African bullfrog, I'm going in on that thing like a sandwich, like.
But no, it's pretty small. It's about 1.5 inches to 2 inches.
Okay, then I'm just gonna swallow.
It's pretty small.
I'm just gonna, yeah.
Okay. So you open your mouth and it actually hops in and just slides down your throat.
I respect this frog now.
And you feel your insides suddenly begin to like someone just lit a very warm fire in your belly. And you still feel like a pressure in your stomach, but now you feel like almost like gas now building up in your stomach. I don't know if you've ever taken too many Tums before, but that's kind of the sensation you have right now. The acid in your stomach is like really basic. It's pretty much lost most of its acidity. And you do feel kind of like a warm sensation hop around your stomach. Like it hops and you feel it land on a different part of your stomach. Then you feel it land on a different part of your stomach. And so on and so forth. As the frog hops around in your stomach.
Okay.
You are going to take some damage, though, because I can't just let you get away with that.
Oh, hell no. I would be surprised if I didn't take damage from that.
Okay, let's see here. We're going to go...
So I got 8 health back. I got 6 health back, so I'd be at 13.
No, you did get 8 because it was the +2.
Oh, yeah, +2, yeah, so it'd be at 15.
No. Okay, you take 5. No, stupid needs to learn.
You know what? I respect it. At least on the bright side, now everyone knows not to eat the frog, not to drink the strange liquids in the cabinet.
There we go. I'm not calling you dumb, Chris. I'm calling Lim very stupid.
To be fair, they call this place a hospital, and bottle equals medicine. That is like the basic rule of hospital. Bottle equal medicine.
I don't think this is a very good hospital. So far, I've only seen people die in here.
No, son, you have a point, but just from living where I lived, bottle equal medicine. Well, the reason why they don't have medicine in bottles, these backwards people.
Bottle could also mean cleaning liquids, and you really shouldn't drink those.
We don't have
Listen, kids.
cleaning liquids.
Don't you use
Like
what do you
soap?
use? We just use water.
Soap.
What?
Just.
What
All right,
place
kids.
is this?
Any kids who are listening to this, don't drink bleach.
They have
listening to
bleach
this.
here?
Drink the bleach. You'll become a god.
No.
Everyone have to cut that out.
No. So, Usan, I'm gonna say you go ahead and examine the bottle. This is like basically pure ice, and it's used like it's liquid ice, and it's used to recharge the rejuvenation bed and keep the water circulated. So he basically drank pool products essentially.
How many bottles left are there in there in the
Water girl bath water.
Yes, they're
about bath water?
oh my god, there are about 15 other bottles in there. Not of that specific kind, but just 15 general bottles.
Hey Usan, can you go up there and read and see how many say the same as like the front of the one that I drink?
Yeah, I'll go take a look.
You don't even need to read them. They are all the same solid like midnight blue in the same bottle, same shape.
Yeah, they'll probably all kill you.
Not every bottle in there.
I would like to take 3.
Okay.
Okay, so you
I
take
give him
3 of
three.
the rejuvenation bed bottles. There are other bottles there. Like there's some short small green ones. There's some ones that look like giant water bottles.
Short, small, and green? That must be medicine. Proceed. No, it's good. No.
Upon opening one of them, you notice that it's actually like a fine green powder that smells slightly sweet.
You know what? I'm gonna go against my instinct and close the bottle.
Oh my god.
Okay, yeah. So you close the bottle, and are you gonna put it back? Or you just hold it.
I'm gonna put that one back when I take 3 of the rejuvenating water bottles and take it with me. And how many frogs are left in that bag?
There's like 70. Like this is a solid.
That's a lot of frogs.
Yeah, there's a lot of frogs, but they're all like like an inch and a half wide. So there's just a massive amount of them in there. They're pretty dormant creatures generally. At least these ones are, because they just stay there and try to get warm.
I would like to take some and put them in a small bag if possible.
Okay. You put them in one of in like a knapsack.
More like a
burlap.
Later.
All right. There we go.
Has it been 10 minutes yet?
Alrighty. Yes. So after that whole deal, Asuna and Kiaru finally finish everything there. At about the time that Lim swallows the frog, Kiaru's your eyes roll back and they glow a blinding white, and these sort of rune drawings form down your arms and up to your neck, not onto your face, but just up to your neck and towards your chin. And you touch the water, all of a sudden it goes from glowing, it's like deep blue, to being just an iridescent white, and this humming sound starts kind of coming from you. You hear like the water splash and like movements in the water. Then all of a sudden the ground around you starts to shake slightly, and suddenly, as soon as it comes, the runes disappear, your eyes go back, you fall back and collapse on the floor, breathing heavily. All of a sudden, your Grand's eyes snap open, and she sits bolt upright.
I jump back.
That's scary.
And she looks around, kind of disoriented, and sees Asuna and goes,
Gran, are you okay?
And she kind of feels like herself and like where like the pain was, and it's gone. And she looks up at you and is like, what happened? I don't know. Where's Kiaru?
She was right there.
Am I like passed out?
Yes, you're out. Okay. You're out cold. You're kind of stirring gently, like that.
Just exhausted.
Yeah. You feel as if like everything was like sucked out of you for a second, and you feel weakened. Your Gran gets out of the the tub, the basin, and crawls over to you, touches you, and goes, "Ow!" Where her glove touched you, ice purely forms all over it, as if you are colder than liquid oxygen and liquid nitrogen.
I kind of rush over to her and kind of start a small fire with my hands and kind of move it around her to try to warm her up.
She doesn't warm up at all. As a matter of fact, like wisps come off of her. As you approach, though, you feel that same fire that burnt in you before start to rise. That same fire that you usually feel when you begin to kind of like lose yourself.
Oh, okay.
The same one that struck you down when you were a child.
Right. Okay. So she won't heat up. Nothing I can do. Can I touch her?
At least you're fired.
Can I touch her?
Yes.
Okay. I reach out and try to touch her arm.
So as you touch her, you reach out and you brush against her bare skin, and suddenly your hand is sucked onto her like vice grip around her wrist. You feel that same heat and everything boiling up in you, and it rises like a volcano and suddenly poof, explodes out, and your eyes roll back too, and they glow a bright red, like an iridescent red, and your arms runes, these same rune shapes come down your arm, down your wrist, across your hands, up your neck, as you begin to shake, and you guys suddenly snapped away for a second. Asuna and Kyaru, you are laying flat in what looks like under a dark night sky. The ground around you is cold for Kyaru and hot for Asuna. You lay on your backs looking up into the sky about 2 feet from each other, right up next to each other. You feel like a pulse that's not yours beat alongside your chest. As you guys feel this, you unconsciously roll onto your sides and look at each other. And Asuna, you see the blue and white light coming from Kyaru, and Kyaru, you see the red glowing light from Asuna. Suddenly, two dragons come flying down around you guys. One a bright red and one a smooth silver. And they rotate around and they come to rest at opposite ends. The red dragon laying next to Kyaru, and the silver dragon laying next to Asuna. You guys reach out like against a perfect mirror and touch each other's fingers. And as you do, a wave comes across. It breaks apart like a mirror breaks apart, and you guys fall and are caught by the respective dragons. And as you fly into the void, suddenly you snap back to Gran's hut, and you both come up breathing heavily, as if you've just either come up from a very cold pool or run 2 miles.
What in spirit's name was that?
I don't know. Where were we?
And your Gran goes, what do you mean, dear? You were right here. I was taking care of you.
Gran?
Yes, my dear.
How are you feeling?
And she just touches your cheek, and just kind of, you see like was holding back tears, and she just kind of just touches your face and grabs your hand and holds your hand and says, "You did it. You did it."
Fully weeps.
Fully weeps. And so as you begin to cry, Gran scoops you up into her arms and holds you close to her. She reaches out a hand for Asuna to join.
I join in with a little run.
Yeah, and so Asuna comes in, and so you guys are hugging and crying, and she's holding it. It's a very tender, very sweet moment. And these two men who are completely divorced of this whole situation are looking on at this whole thing. This whole thing, they laid on the ground for about 10 minutes and just laid bone still.
So, Usan, do you have any idea what just happened?
I let out a small nod. I say, those tattoos, it's something similar to what I've experienced.
You hear in the back of your head, from the just like the whispers of the book as they're like whispering in agreement.
This will be most useful.
I've only seen something similar to this on a scroll that I saw once while I was traveling, but beyond that, this is borderline alien to me.
We just have to wait for your tattoos now.
I'm not too keen on that.
So as you say this,
It's fucking, he just starts flying.
So as you say this, Volo, their grandmother, looks at you, son, and says, "You know what happened to them?"
I nod. I've
Just what? What was it?
undergone something similar. Something is seeking us out. We have to stop the battle that's going on up there. Now that you're up and ready, we should go ahead and help the people of your village. We've wasted enough time in here, I think.
Wasted time?
And she goes, "Shh, Asuna, he's right. We need to get out of here." She helps the girls up and runs over to her medicine cabinet, and she goes, "Oh my goodness! Who drank the rejuvenating bath?"
I don't know. I think it might have one of those earth lasers that were sneaking outside.
And she goes, "Earth lasers? What are earth lasers do?" Wait, you can't understand her.
You're right.
I translated it. I've been translating.
At this point, he's just translating.
It's. I don't want to have to say it, but I am.
Yeah. Okay. And she goes, "Is he daft?
No,
This could have killed him."
No, he's fine.
And she goes, "Wait, what's this about Earth lasers? Earth
Invaders,
lasers should be
you
attacking
see.
our invaders,
Invading
And she
all of
looks
our
over-
realm. The ones that we need to fight now, you see.
And she nods like she understands. She looks over at the blanket that is covering something in the middle of the room, and she says, "What's that?"
That's the chief.
And she pushes aside, and she lifts it up and just looks at his face and goes, "Oh!" and puts it back, and she says, "There's nothing we can do for him. We must go." And she goes to her medicine cabinet and grabs a couple of some healing things and puts them in like her basket so she can try and help people as she goes. As you do that, you hear another "Ah!" from what sounds like just a block away, as and another large explosion, boom, happens, and this one just leaves a giant crater. They're no longer fire or rocks; they're explosives. As you guys, so I'm just gonna say you're leaving then, yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Where are you guys heading?
I need to find my family.
Oh, I suppose. More selfishness. It's a good way to start, anyways. We should be getting everyone to the boats, I would believe. The best way out of here.
Great. So, Volo comes over to you, Usan, and grabs your arm real quick and like looks at you.
No, I don't let this lady touch me.
And she goes.
I pull away from her.
She like slaps your chest and goes, "Stop it! I'm trying to help you."
I don't want your help.
So you rather die then? Fine. She just lets you go, and she goes over to Lim, and just kind of tries to explain in her very slow language. She goes, "I am trying to help you."
You know, I'm just gonna assume you're talking like that to me because you don't speak too much of my language. So I'm just gonna let it slide. But anyway, continue.
And she goes, "Okay." And she reaches down and uses some healing waters on you, and she is going to heal you up for 18.
Oh yeah, thanks, magic lady.
She says, "Gesundheit." Bless you.
Bless who?
That's German.
German water lasers back at it again.
German water lasers. Guten Tag, Herr water lasers. Anyway, she helps him out, and then she looks over to Usan and she goes, "Are you sure?"
Yeah, I just give her a glare.
And she goes, "Okay."
Usan, let the magic lady rub your belly.
I will listen to my warrior friend and roll my eyes and extend my arm.
And so she looks at your arm and she sees like she's just like some cuts and abrasions, and then she sees where like and she also sees like some bruising coming in towards like your abdomen. So she like touches your abdomen like right near your diaphragm and heals you up for 3d8 for 14. All right. So so the party is now totally under your control. There are explosions and stuff going off. Fireballs are still being flung through, and there are people screaming and running everywhere.
Sounds like a normal Tuesday.
Where do we need to be?
I need to go find my family.
There's that.
You know,
We should gather.
but
We should gather as many survivors along the way.
well, our parents are powerful lacers. They should be able to help.
It's very true. Where would they be, do we think?
They were probably at home when you left there, because you guys had gone to the market to go and pick up some some food and stuff for later on tonight.
Yes, but I would assume that they would have come and joined the fight, right?
Most likely. They're probably in the harbor then.
And that's the direction we all wanted to go anyways?
Perhaps.
I mean,
Okay,
we
let's
need
go to the
boats,
harbor.
and that's the only place I can think of boats being, so.
Yeah.
What?
Boats in a harbor?
I mean, yeah, we could be looking. I mean, I guess we could go towards the
In
land.
my harbor, it's more likely than you think.
Come on, we can take the land boats across the continent.
Another fireball flies down and lands, crushing the earth lacers that were laying in the middle of the streets. It's a good thing you guys picked up those grenades, because those would have definitely gone off.
Oh gosh. So we're going to the harbor then?
Yeah.
I'm gonna pick up Granny and just sling her over my shoulder and just start running, just because by the time she actually gets there, she's not gonna make it onto any boats.
And she goes, "Woo! Woo, my!"
I'll follow into.
Yeah.
It's like,
That's
what
good.
are you? What is, Kyaru? What is this brute doing?
You slow,
he's helping
me
you run
fast, I go.
He said it's better this way.
And she's like, but how am I to help? Fine. And so you guys rush off. Okay, so I'm gonna need a set up a marching order real quick. It's not gonna be for very long. I just need, pick somebody. I need you to make 3 rolls, please. 3d20 rolls.
As you wish. A 12, a 13, and a 3.
Okay, the 13, something happens. Okay. So let me just real quick get that roll out here for me. So you guys start rushing down the main drag, and luckily it's a pretty straight shot from where you are to the harbor. So you can actually see the harbor, and you can see the large metal boats basically moored in the harbor, blockading it while also launching stuff in there. You can also see that there are definitely bodies laying around, both on the sides of the streets. Houses are on fire. People are trying to put them out. There are people fighting in, basically alleyway to alleyway. A giant fireball lands just a little bit in front of you, blocks your path. You guys take a side street and then duck back around. Get back to the main drag. Kyaru and Asuna, you guys see the face of your good childhood friend Ko.
Yeah, what is he doing?
Fighting?
He's holding his arm. It looks broken. He's kind of burnt a bit, or scalded, I should say, not burnt. And he's got like cuts and stuff on him, and he's kind of dragging his way 1,000-yard stare to your grand's place. He does pause for a second, and he recognizes you guys. He's about 60 to 80 feet away from you.
Can we go to him?
Yeah,
I'm
I would say
afraid.
Sure. As you guys run towards him, I need you to make a dexterity save, please. What do we got here?
And 10.
First off, you guys rush up to him, and grab him, like hold him up. He kind of like collapses as you touch him.
Ko, what happened?
Looks like battlefield shock.
Asuna?
Ko, yes, it's me.
What's going on?
They so much fire.
It's okay.
So-
It's okay.
I can't feel my arm. Mom, I
Medicine
don't know
check.
where. Yeah, okay, 23.
23.
Yeah, he's in full shell shock. He is probably also in shock from the fact that his arm is probably destroyed. He would honestly probably lose this arm. He is also, his ears are ringing. He can barely hear you. It's like he's coming through, like you're coming through a tunnel, and he is just sputtering out what is almost incoherent nonsense.
Gran, can
Like,
you do something?
And Gran rushes up, but as you do,
I swear to God, if you kill
And-
her right
and the
now,
No. And Gran is flung back, and you two are both flung back as well, as the ground around you just explodes into gulfs in flames and flying earth. I'm gonna need Usan and Lim to make Constitution saves, just real quick. You'll have advantage on these. I want you to do that for me.
21.
Okay, so 21 for Usan, and then get a con save with advantage for Lim, and 8. Okay. So Usan, you see it coming before it hits, and you pull Gran out of the way and kind of cover her and cover your ears as the shell hits and explodes. Lim, you got kind of distracted when Gran jumped off, and so you are knocked back. Your ears are ringing. You take 2 damage, just 2 flat on it, as your ears are ringing, and you kind of feel like the shockwave hit you. Kyaru, Asuna, you guys are basically right at the epicenter of the explosion. You guys get flung back, and you're going to take. You did save, so you are going to take half damage on this. So we're going to do.
I'm assuming Ko doesn't get a dexterity save.
No, he does not. And half that, 18 halved to 9. So you take 9 damage apiece.
Yeah,
As you are flung back
God.
and hit the.
we're kind of squishy.
What was that?
I said we're kind of squishy.
Yeah. And you fly back, boom, and hit some of the buildings that are on the side there. And there is nothing but a giant crater where Ko stood.
Oh, God damn it.
There is a rim of fire around the crater, and it was right where Ko was standing. And it scoops about 7 or 8 inches of just snowpack and of earth out with it. So it makes a pretty sizable divot in the ground.
Damn it. I kind of try to roll over and try to stand up and ready myself.
Yep.
Yeah, so you guys roll over and kind of get back up and crawl back, bleary-eyed, and you blink the debris out of your eyes as they become watery, and your ears are ringing. Your eardrums have ruptured, and blood starts to kind of trickle down your ears, down your cheeks, dripping onto your shoulders. Usan, you're fine. You were able to pretty much tank it, and you protected Gran from taking any damage there. So Gran gets up and screams the scream of somebody whose very close loved one has died. Just a pain of somebody who feels as if their world has just gone dark. And she rushes up to you guys, and she begins to try and fix your eardrums, tries to help you as best she can. She puts water up on there and heals you up a little bit. You're suddenly able to hear again. The ringing is still there slightly, as there's still, trauma to the area, but you've come back in a full relief of the battle that's going on around you. And your Gran just says, "Girls, are you okay?"
Gran, we're fine, but Ko.
He's gone, isn't he?
And she goes, "There's nothing we can do for him now. We need to go. We need to find your grandfather and your parents and go."
Okay.
You guys turn around and continue to run off down towards the harbor. And as we reach the harbor, you see big, soldiers in what look like metal and leather armor that are firing large fireballs, at buildings. You see some of the village lacers coming through and catching it and extinguishing it with fire, and then whipping them back as they whip some of them back into the ocean. One of them, somebody whom you have seen, you don't really know him, but he's he's helped your grandfather and Gran in the thing here, so you kind of know him. You notice he rises up and creates a water geyser and spins around inside of it as he's launching ice bolts, boom, 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 at a bunch of the enemies around him. And then a lightning bolt hits him right in the back, and he collapses instantly, and all the water falls down, and he collapses dead instantly with a dull crunch as he hits the ice. And basically, it's full mayhem, a full-scale laser battle, unlike anything you guys have ever seen, is currently raging in the middle of the once prosperous Kairiku Island Harbor. And with that, we are going to end today's session. Thank you all so much for tuning in. This has been Dice and Consequences. So, how's everybody feeling?
Not great.
Horrible.
My stomach still kind of hurts. No, we stop.
There we go.
My feet are asleep.
Your feet are asleep? Well, there we go. That's a feeling.
I was hoping, tensing all the muscles in your legs.
I was hoping for a much more visceral reaction, but hey, I'll take this. This is fine. Anyway, thank you all so much for tuning in to this episode of Dice and Consequences. We want to thank you all again for sticking with us. We know you have a lot of choices when it comes to D&D podcasts. Believe me, we subscribe to most of them. And we want to thank you again for choosing ours. We're going to go ahead and round the table again, and why don't we start with Savvy. Go ahead and plug our socials if you don't mind.
Well, now we have on Instagram, Dice and Podcast is at Dice and Podcast is the username for this podcast Instagram. I haven't made anything else because I'm bad at social media. But that's what we got. And so you can now listen to this on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, iTunes, Google Podcasts now just came through. I was clicking on that earlier, and YouTube.
We'll go around the table again after Savvy. Savvy, is there anything else you want to plug besides that?
Bridgerton the musical, but that's it.
Yeah, I thought you were going to say that. Yeah.
I'm obsessed. But yeah. Anyways, go follow those people. They're cool.
Yeah, it's pretty great. I will shout that out too. It's pretty fantastic, and the music is good. They're really talented. And yeah, watch it and read the books. As far as paperback, women's romance novels go, pretty good. They're pretty good. I'm on book 3 now, so pretty good. We'll go down to Chris next. Chris, what's going on? Do you have anything you want to plug?
As your social media, but on a side note, around 2 weeks ago, Andrew WK released a new single, and y'all should totally go listen to it. It's pretty good.
All right, sounds good. Anything else?
Nope.
What's that one paint company we love?
No.
Not gonna catch it.
Nope. It's hello?
I'll bleep it out.
Yeah, there we go.
You know those peach rebels? If you guys haven't tried one, you really should. They're really good.
A peach rebel? What's that?
What is shouting out?
Now we're just shouting at Reddit. Dutch Bros, please sponsor.
Hey, y'all ever had a muffin? Shit's good.
It's like anyone ever had a poppy seed muffin? That shit's tight.
No, but specifically, these are really good.
We don't have anything like that up here, so
Like,
no, we haven't.
Not like the rebel, like the energy drink.
Yeah.
You guys don't have the peach flavor?
No, we don't even have Rebel up here.
What? Is it banned?
Yeah. I don't know. Maybe
Do you
it's just
think
like
our
maybe
county's
it's
like Footloose?
yeah, it's like yes, rebels. All rebels are banned,
Okay. Well,
including rebel scum. Everything.
As they should.
Kill the rebel scum.
Chris, did
There
you
you
say
go.
you wanted to plug something else?
Yeah.
Oh, no, I have nothing else.
Oh,
No, okay, nothing else.
I thought you
okay,
said something. Never mind.
Kirsty, anything besides the peach rebel?
no. That was just
No?
on my
Okay.
mind.
All right, there we go. And then we'll go back to Austin. What's going on?
I have nothing else random to give my full.
Any social medias
Yeah,
or Discords
we're
or
good.
anything?
You got nothing.
You can't get into my Discord. You're not gonna.
Yeah, no, I'm barely even cool enough. That's the whole thing.
He's pushing.
And
really.
I know. It was like, I just got the ban hammer. There we go. Oh boy. All right. Well, I'm gonna have to work that one
is this
out.
close from banning everyone.
Yeah. So anyway, coming back to me. Not a whole lot I want to plug. I just want to again make sure that we get our social medias out there. You can.
So, yeah,
I don't really
yeah.
go on Twitter much anymore, but you can tweet at me. I'm at Jake Geedy. I know, very inventive. Also, the Sting 13 on Instagram, so you can find me there. Yeah, I think that's about it.
Well,
All right.
I'm at SavvyB100 on
7100.
Instagram and Twitter as well. But
There
you
we
can't
go,
see
so-
my Instagram. Everything's private.
Yeah, there you go. All right. Well, so that's what's going on. Thank you all again so much for tuning in. I hope you have a great rest of, whatever time you're watching this. And we'll see you again on the next episode of Dice and Consequences. And remember, may the dice ever be in your favor. Good night.
Night.
Bye.
Good night.
Later, dudes.
Hey guys, it's Kirsty. Thank you so much for listening to this episode of Dice and Consequences. If you guys have a second, please follow, rate, and subscribe to this podcast at Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or wherever you get your podcasts. Be sure to check out our Instagram at Dice and Podcast, and send us an email at diceandconsequences@gmail.com. Attribution for the sound effects can be found in the episode description. Theme song and outro is Firestone by Seth Baldwin. Be sure to check out our next episode, and don't forget to water your fake plants.
Like,
And I'll put this in the bloopers at the end. No.
Luckily, I'm sponsored by Raid Shadow Legends, so I will be mentioning them.
Do
I'll
it
be
again so we
mentioning
can
them
put it at the end of the episode.
Raid Shadow Legends. It's a.
hey, man, I
Let's
use
drop 'em all, let's
NordVPN.
go.
Don't you guys have phones?
It's like, do they have Raid Shadow Legends on them yet? Yeah, they're not really phones then. All right, so shall we get the show on the road?
Let's get rolling.
Okay.
We already have our designated hour of reel.
Right.
Yeah. All right.
intro.
So if you another thing I will also encourage, because if we're just gonna rip off wholesale another one of our favorite podcasts, you guys might as well do a fun little intro with it as well. But
The rhymes.
anyway, yeah, you could do rhymes. You can do acrostic poems. Whatever
I
tickles
actually
your
wrote
fancy.
a haiku for this.
There you go. We
for
go.
it.
Haiku. Here we go. All right. Here we go. In 3, 2, 1.